What's going on, guys? Dave here, JDH Reptiles. Sorry, the camera looks a little dark. This is a dark room. It is Jamie's office, but it is beautiful and nice outside here in Michigan. But a reason it's dark is because I'm going to turn the camera, face it towards my screen here. I had it logged on to both screens so I could go in between the two programs, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and keep this video just based around clutch. So I'm going to do a clutch for dummies video. Hopefully this is something you're interested in. I was going to do it compared to reptile scan, but I can do a video on reptile scan down the road really anytime you guys want. I think this is the future. I really do. It's already giving you my idea of where I think we should go with this, but I'm going to show you my setup. And you know what? Maybe I will put it over here just because it's a bigger screen. And then I can actually, show you everything as far as how it works and functions. So give me just a second here. I'm probably going to name this video like Clutch for Dummies. Not that you guys are dummies, but I'm a dummy. So we're going to walk through this together. And I'm going to zoom in and out and move the camera around. So just be patient. I'll try and make sure you guys get all the necessary info that you need. So again, this is clutch.io. So the website is cltch.io. There is no app yet for like Android or for Apple. As far as I know there's not for Android. That is going to come in the future. They do not offer an option for using QR codes and printing labels, but I believe that's coming in the future too. This is still in its infancy, but there's been enough of us beta users to test it out and get, along with, of course, Canova and the Clutch team, that they could put it out. And I think it's at a great place right now where I think everybody can jump in, get their feet wet, get used to the concept, and see just how, I want to use the word, how monumental this could be if you're looking to be a higher end or a, kind of like a boutique breeder. You want to display yourself, your amazing animals, the hard work and dedication, and you want to have other options for offering animals, etc. I think this is going to be this. This is going to be the go-to. So let me kind of break this down for you really quick of what we're looking at here at the screen. This is my Clutch dashboard. Okay, this is what the dashboard looks like. I'm going to zoom in here, some of the things it tells you. So right there, I have 150 reptiles in my Clutch. That is actually the amount of animals I currently keep for myself. So that's my hatchlings, my subadults, my adults, grow-ups, everything. That does not include the animals that I currently have listed for sale on Morph Market, because I don't think I'm going to put them on here. I'm going to start fresh this year, 2023, as we start hatching clutches, and I am going to list all the animals, including our available animals and our holdbacks on here. But I think everything prior that I've produced, so basically just 22 hatchlings that I have listed available, I'm not going to put them on my Clutch at this time. So, as you can see, I am female heavy, which is the way we want to go, right? 33% males, 67% females. It says down below that, hatchlings I have 38 listed, subadults I have 32 listed, adults I have 80. That is figured by the age of the animal. So some of these are animals that I purchased. I don't actually know the age. So I know like the date I purchased them, and I know roughly how old they were when I got them. And I kind of manipulate a date from there. But yeah, for the most part, I would say that numbers are pretty darn accurate. And then down below, it shows you, and this is for everybody, it's going to show you your top 4 genes in your collection. And mine currently are pastel, yellow belly, het genetic stripe, and pinstripe. So I like to be able to see this. I mean, my screen looks like it's really, like you can see, really pixelated. I apologize, guys. But anyways, as I was saying, I like this because it tells me that I'm pastel heavy, dominant in my collection. And I hate pastel. So it really is going to help me manipulate, like, next year. What am I going to offer? What am I going to hold back? You know, do I really need any more pastel stuff? Or do I need to get rid of some of my pastel stuff? And I think that's something that you and I and all of us need to really consider, because if there's a gene you don't like that you're working and it's one of your top 4 used genes, maybe you need to either decide that you do like that gene, or if you don't, you need to move some of that old stock out. So I like this. I like the analytics you get here. Up here in the upper corner, it says incubator countdown. I don't have anything in my incubator. I'm assuming when that happens, this will list all my clutches that are available, or that my clutches that are in my incubator, and when they're due, maybe list the pairings. I don't know. I don't have one yet. I'm hoping we'll get our first laid clutch in about 30 to 45 days. We'll see. And maybe we'll update this then. So that's the dashboard, all right? So we're going to move over here to the left. I'm going to click on reptiles. Yeah, this is a touch screen, so I can do that too. And this is my current animals that I have listed. So I'm going to just kind of like speak this out because I know it's not visually appealing because of how grainy my screen is. Maybe this will turn out better when I download it. I don't know. Anyways, on the left side here, I have the names that we give in our animals. So Jamie and I like to name our animals. It's real easy for us when we're talking about stuff to say, hey, who should we put Achilles to this year? We know Achilles is an acid highway. If you don't do that, you can put an ID code. So like for animals that we're going to have available that we're going to list on here, this will eventually have an ID code on here. It won't have a name because I won't name animals I'm going to sell. So it might say like 230101, which should be a 23rd year. So 2023. 01, the first 01 is going to be my clutch number. So the first clutch of the year. And then 01 will be the first animal in that clutch that I wrote a card for. Next, it's weird. This is ID and then this is name. But for name, it says the genetics. So that's kind of the way it's set up. So like that top one, it says Achilles. It says acid highway. It tells you it's a male. And that breaks down and morphs right there what everything is. So like the second one down is one with the box. That's a heterozygous animal. So the het albino is in that box. I'm not sure if the colors necessarily mean anything. I'm assuming they do. I'm assuming the colors are coordinated with genes. Because like for instance, this yellow belly is green. When we look down here, that says ivory. So obviously that's like super yellow belly. So I'm assuming they gave specific genes a color. But anyways, then it tells you that it's an adult, etc. So you could scroll down, look through your 150 animals. They're all in here. Pick an animal, etc. Like I said, it works really well. I like it. You go over to the left here where it says clutches. That's the stuff here on the left. These are clutches from last year because I don't have any clutches from this year. And if you were to click on those, like this one shows you the 2 animals that I have between these 2. So Hurricane Yellow Belly and Blackhead Hurricane, I kept 2 animals. That's these 2 right here. And I can click on all this stuff. So I can click on this animal and it'll pull up that animal. So that's a Hurricane Yellow Belly male that I held back. I can go to this female here, and this female is a Hurricane Yellow Belly. Actually, I think that was a super. I have to see if I made that a mistake there. But yeah, so there's that. Kind of cool how it's set up. If you go back to reptiles, and you click on this first reptile, so it's Acid Highway, if you scroll down, you get this here, which is really neat. This shows you, which I'm not 100% here why I'm only seeing 2 of them, but it shows me 2 clutches here, okay? This male is with 2 clutches. You can click on each of those. It's 29 and 22. But over here, it says sire clutch is 29, 31, 22, and 29. So why those two aren't on here, I'm not sure. But if we click on, let's say, 31, which isn't in that window to the left, it shows here the clutch information. So eggs laid, the date, when they hatched, how many eggs there were, etc. Scroll down, that's the one animal that I kept out of that. So it's an acid gravel het hypo. And it tells you the possible outcomes. You can have all of these genes in that outcome for that clutch. So it's kind of cool, guys. So this is just shows you the animal. And you can do it with any of the animals. Just click the back button and you can do it with any of the animals. So the next one, let's find another adult here. Actually, you can go backwards, which is cool too. So like this is a hatchling that we are growing up. It's actually a breeder now. But you can go down here and it actually shows you where he came from. So it says there he was in clutch 2021 of 23. And there's the date of his hatching. And it brings you back to tell you what the parent actually was. So this is his clutch. These are the three I held back. And those are the parents. So it's really sweet how that's set up. So you don't have to necessarily find the adult. You can find the hatchling and go back and see who the parents were and what clutch and all that. Now my understanding is if you sell an animal and that person has clutch, you can, I guess there's going to be a way you can send this information with them, whether it's, you know, when you go over to Snake Social, there's a group here called Snake Social. These are the people who are on clutch currently. And you can follow them and you can make animals available on your page, and anybody that's following you, I'm assuming, can see those. So if they buy an animal from you, you should have the ability to send all that info. I'm assuming right from here. That way we can continue to follow genetically the chain of command and what produced the animals we're getting. And if, you know, the best thing is, like, say we find a recessive down the road that was hidden in an animal, that information can be input on your side. And I'm hoping what'll happen is it'll populate information on all the animals that are tied to the clutch that animal was in. That would be phenomenal. I don't know if that's currently in the works or not. Justin, if you're seeing this, it'd be great to hear from you on that. But you can buy shed tests from here. So that's really cool. You can go right here. So instead of using Morph Market, you can do them from here. The prices are the same. One thing I did notice, which I thought was really cool, is there's one extra gene on here that there is not on Morph Market, and that is Ultramel. So I don't know if Justin's just ahead because he knows that they're going to have Ultramel available here soon, or if they already have it, it just hasn't been updated on Morph Market. But that's awesome. So yeah, guys, this is ground level right now. There's a lot of work still being done, I'm sure. I think it's going to be a really amazing. All right, guys, so that's just a quick review. Yes, I opened the blinds. I wanted some sun in here. I know it's probably, you know, blowing out the color, the saturation here. But anyways, that's just my little quick review. I highly recommend, if you have interest in getting away from memo cards, getting away from dry erase boards, or at least having something a little more tangible you can work with. Like I said, I use Reptile Scan. I love Reptile Scan. It works out very well, but I don't use it for everything it can be used for because I think it has a lot of additional stuff that's unnecessary. One thing I'm looking forward to with Clutch is the ability to get a QR code that you can scan with your phone. And the one thing you can't do right now, technically, is you cannot track your matings, your pairings. You can go into an animal and they have a spot where you can do like private notes, and you could type in there, you know, whatever your locks were or whatnot. But I would love to actually see where they add a feature that you can actually save that information specifically in a breeding, like a little bracket for breeding itself. Because for one, I don't use hatch cards. I use Reptile Scan. I scan the barcode, the QR code. I'll pick this animal. I'll put that I introduced this animal. I'll scan them again when I see a pairing, a lock, when I remove them, etc. And that has come in handy a lot over the years. And I think if that's something they can add to this, I would probably do away with Reptile Scan completely. Until then, I'll probably use both. When I did Reptile Scan, I bought the app on Android. It cost me $24.99. There's no monthly fees. I can use the website. I can also use the app. I can print up QR codes, stickers, labels. I do all that for free. I paid one time $24.99. Clutch is more expensive. But before I say it like that, it's not expensive. So I think I'm going to go right to it, actually, so I can give you the exact information. So you can get a free account. Free account gives you access to Snake Social. It gives you can view anybody's incubator that they make public. So like I was showing you on the side where you do the incubator, you can make that public so people who follow you can see what's in your incubator. You can join breeders' waitlist. So like us as breeders who have our animals or we have our incubator, you can log in to that person's incubator and you can actually make a wait list for something. If you want to see something or purchase something, you want to be on a wait list, you can do that. You can also order genetic testing. You do all that for free forever, no cost. So if you decide to go premium, which I will say, I love this. I highly despise apps like this that have tiers. Like Husbandry Pro, I think, is one of them. Where, if you got 100 animals, you pay X amount. If you got 150, you pay X amount. If you need 200, you pay... No. There are enough expenses in this hobby, and your ability to offer me more shouldn't cost more because it don't cost you more. So I like this. It's a one thing. It's premium. You get everything. And it's either $29 month to month, or it's $26 if you pay annually. So I think it's like $315 if you pay annually, which seems like a lot, but I'll be honest with you. If you're invested in the hobby, if you're invested in your future, the future of your animals, the future of keeping a quality group of animals, having a nice breeder setup, etc., $315 is nothing. For most of us, that's a half a snake. I mean, when you put it that way. If we sell a $500 animal, that one animal paid for that and more. If I sell 200 animals a year and my average animal is $400 or $500, I can afford $315 once a year. If you gotta do the $29 a month, so be it. You will pay more in the long run. But I really think this is kind of, in my opinion, like your equipment. Okay, you invest in quality equipment. This is quality equipment. I think that this is eventually going to be another place where we can buy and sell animals. I think it's going to be tiered that way to do that. I think it's going to be great for not only record keeping for yourself, but to transfer that stuff to the person who bought an animal from you or you're receiving an animal. And I think it's kind of like the wave of the future. You jump in now, you get 1 month of premium for free. At that time, you decide if you want to stay a free member or if you want to have the premium subscription. I would like to see all of you guys jump in, try it out, and see what you think. What's it hurt? It's free. Log in, even if you only want to throw in 5 animals. Kind of work with that. Try it out. It took me about probably 45 minutes of putting in animals and whatnot to really get a groove and learn what I was doing. But it's super simple. It really is. It's just, like for me, I had to go back and forth from Reptile Scan to this. That's why I use the second screen. And that having that second screen helped me immensely. Saved a lot of time, but it still took me, for 150 animals, I think it still took me like 4 hours, something like that. But yeah, guys, so clutch.io, CLTCH.io. Try it out. Why not? I think it's great. I think it's going to be great for the future. I think you're going to see a lot of upper end, higher scale breeders using it. I think you're going to find it's going to be really parallel to Morph Market. I don't think it's like a way to get away from Morph Market at all. I don't see that at all. But I do see it as being another option. You know, people complain all the time, besides Morph Market, where do you sell your animals? This will be an option. And I think this is going to be great because any of us who want to invest in the software to run our collection, those people are going to be willing to spend the money on a nice high dollar animal, I believe. So you're going to get a lot of people who are in this for the love of the hobby. You can get people who are in this because they care about their collection, because they want a quality collection, higher end animals, creating higher end hatchlings. And that ultimately is a goal for me, especially. I want to be in that group, and I want to sell to those kind of people because we work really hard to create higher end animals. And having the ability to get a group of us together, whether it's 100 people, 200 people. I don't think this tells me how many are currently in here. Yes, it does. Well, no, it tells me that I have 14 followers and I'm following 2. So, yeah, guys, check it out. Check it out. I think it's worth it. I know a lot of people are doing videos on this right now. I just want to put my 2 cents in. My videos aren't great, but I still have my input. And the people who follow my channel and who subscribe, I appreciate very much. I want to make sure you guys got the opportunity to see this and see how I did it and get my opinion. I think it's worth to try it. Like I said, it's free to try it. You get a month for free with every option available, so you can dive right in. Take advantage of it. Really immerse yourself in it and see if it's something you're going to use. Like I said, with Reptile Scan, there's so much you can do, but honestly, I use like 10% of it. With this, I'll probably use the majority of it because I think it offers a lot of really good things that we should be tracking. And, you know, just the basic inputting of the animals and how it automatically tiers to everything else. It's phenomenal. And that's awesome to have. So, check it out. Any questions, let me know. I'm going to leave a link to it down below. It's just going to say clutch.io. That's the link. You click on it. That's where you go. Like I said, reach out to me if you have any questions. Check out other people's videos on them. But before you do that, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the like button. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys. Hope this was helpful. Hope my blabbering was all right. I know it's a long video. If you guys ever want me to do a video based strictly on Reptile Scan and do a 2 side-by-side, I can easily do that. I started doing a video like that, but it just went on, and it's most likely my fault, I'm sure. But I can definitely do that. I still feel this right here, not only is it worth the money, I think that this is going to be the wave of the future. And I think you'll find out it's one of those things where if you don't get in now, you're going to get behind. So get in now while it's fresh. You can follow Clutch on Instagram. Obviously, Canova behind it as well because it's between him and Clutch. They built this. There's a lot of us out there who've used it. A lot of us can help you out. 419 Morphs is one of them. He just did a video. You can reach out to him. Him and I were talking back and forth while we were inputting animals. He's got a good idea of how it works as well. So check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Matter of fact, I'm going to be a guest on his in like a week and a half. So I'll be on his podcast. So you guys take care. Thanks again. I'm going to stop blabbing. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Like the video. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.